सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्हृद्यत्तुनिर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्त वेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यत् इति मे निश्चितामतिः। Page 79, topic 136, last paragraph, third line. यथा स्वप्ने अनुभूयमान पदार्थाः आकाशेनैयं रज्जौ सर्पादयश्च परमार्थतः कालत्रयेऽपि असन्तोऽपि मिथ्यैवावभासन्ते तद्वज्जगत् परमार्थतः असदपि मिथ्यारूपेणावभासते। Nischalādasa answering to Tattvadrishti's question, when Tattvadrishti asked where that sorrow resides, if it is not there in me, what is the place for that sorrow to reside? Then Nischalādasa says, it is residing in that mind of yours only, antahkaranam, that is anatma. It is not you knew means it is not you knew the atma, but it is in anatma, which is not you. Indirectly he says that. Nischalādasa, the author, the Sanskṛt author is Vasudeva Brahmendra Saraswati. Nischalādasa is Hindi author. Hindi he has written. So we are using the word Nischalādasa. Nischalādasa says one need not eliminate sorrow, dukkha nivritti or moksha in the form of dukkha nivritti, means elimination of sorrow is not required. What is the reason? There is no sorrow to eliminate. Then question is, why do that sorrow I am experiencing? Dukkha anubhava is there for me. Dukkha anubhava is there. Dukkha spuranam is there. Dukkha anubhava is there. Dukkha appears to me. I experience dukkha. How can you say it is not there? For that, Nischalādasa answering that appearance of that dukkha is mithya. It is not real. not real means it is not Satyam. Satyam is of two types. Satyam, Sat and Asat. That which exists and that which doesn't exist is called Asat. Real and unreal. Only two things are there in the world. Real and unreal. Sat and Asat. This experience of Anubhava, that Dukkha Anubhava, Dukkham is there, is called Arthadhyasa. If I say this clip is there, this is Arthadhyasa. Object superimposition. Pot is there, if I say, that is Arthadhyasa. When I say I know the pot, it is called Jnanadhyasa. The knowledge about that pot is called Jnanadhyasa. Pot is there, if I say, it is Arthadhyasa. Artha means object. I superimpose the object first. That is Arthadhyasa. After superimposing the object, I say, I know that object. Once I say I know the object, it is called Jnanadhyasa. This Arthadhyasa and Jnanadhyasa put together, error or erroneous perception, superimposition. Dukkham is there, sorrow is there, if I say, it is Arthadhyasa. And I know that sorrow, I am experiencing that sorrow, I have the knowledge of that sorrow means Jnanadhyasa. Both are erroneous perception. Erroneous perception means mistake or wrong perception. Adhyasa means erroneous perception or wrong perception or mistake. So Nischala is establishing through an example, Yatha Swapne Anubhuyamana Padarthaha. I introduced in the last class two types of unreal entities. Asat is of two types. Real, unreal, first bifurcation, first division. Again that Asat, which is non-existent, again presented as two. Anubhuyamana Asat or Bhasamana Asat. Experiential non-existent. An non-existent thing which is experienceable. Experientially, I am experiencing, it is appearing to me. That's called Bhasamana Asat. Then number 2 is Abhasamana Asat, which is not there, Atyantika Asat. Abhasamana Asat is Atyantika Asat. For that, what examples we saw? Sky flower, Gaganāravindam, Mandhyaputra. Another name for Abhasamana Asat, non-experiential, non-existent thing. Shashashranga, rabbit horn, non-existent and non-experienceable. You are not experiencing rabbit horn. That is why that non-existent entity, which can never be experienceable by anyone at any time, we have given the name Tucham. Atyantika Asat. another name for the third one, Atyantik Asat or Abhasamana Asat or Tucham. Now this Dukkham comes under, and the middle one is Bhasamana Asat, which I experience, but it is not really there. For that we give the name Mithya. Experientially available, factually not available. For that he gave the example, Swapna Anubhuyamana Padarthaha. Dream, we experience dream objects, but really they are not there. Bhasamanam parantu na vastavikam. All dream objects are not real. But you cannot say Atyantika Sat Tucham, you cannot say. Because I am experiencing nightmare comes, yesterday night dreams you remember, recollect now. I missed my ticket, I have missed my purse. All those experiences comes. Experience is there, but not factual. Therefore, dream comes under Mithya. For that in Shastra, Bhagavadgītā, example is Nasato vidyate bhavaha, nabhavo vidyate sataha. That is the sloka talking about Mithya Asat. Asataha kadham sajjayeta, that is tuchya asat. Asataha kadham sajjayeta. Chandogya Upaniṣads, 6th chapter, we saw how can from a non-existent thing, an existent thing can come. That asat is tuchya asat. Chandogya. Again in Chandogya, asadva idamagra asid. When that word comes asadva, that is mithya asat. Mithya asat. So, two types of asat. Your dukkham is not totally absent. It is not tucham. Your sorrow is not tucham, but it is mithya. Experientially it is there, but factually it is not there. So, Swapna example. Akashe nailyam. The blueness in the sky is also appears, but it doesn't have blueness. Since I am seeing that Bhasamanam nailyam appearing, can you say it is real? No. Akashe, in the space, up above, nailyam, blueness. Third example, Rajau sarpadayascha. Upon the rope snake, you are seeing the snake. Snake is there. I know there is snake. Snake is there, arthadhyasa. I have the knowledge of that snake, that's why I am shivering. I want to run away. That is jnanadhyasa. What type of jnanam? Brahma jnanam, not prama jnanam. Really it is not there. Paramārthataha. Really, absolutely, factually, if we see, kalatraye api asantaha api. Kalatraye, dream objects were not there. At the time of dream also they are not there really. And after waking up also they are not there. Kalatraye api. Kalatraya means past, while dreaming, after waking up. All these are Kalatrayam. Dream is not there. Akasha nailyam is not there. Blueness of the sky is not there. rope snake was not there, is not there, will not be there. Kalatraye api. Mithya eva avabhasate. They are appearing, but it is mithya. Now 3 realities you have to understand. First Sat is Brahman, ever existent. Trikale api tishtati, that is Sat. One type of reality. That reality is called absolute reality, Atyantika Sat. Number 2 is Asat, Bhasamana Asat, Mithya, Vyavaharika Satyam, relative order of reality. First one is absolute reality. You know this already, I said many times. But you have to listen again and again. Absolute reality, Brahman, because Trikale Tishtati. Vyavaharika Kale Tishtati, Jnana Kale Na Tishtati. That means Mithya, relative order of reality. Shuttika Rajatam, Mrigatrishna, marriage water, Bhasamana. Your dukkha is also like that only. Drishtanta, you have to go to Dashtanta. Your sorrow is also Bhasamana, Vyavaharika Sattva, but is not absolute real. Third one is Tucham Atyantika Asad, Atyanta Pratiyogi. It was not there. Sky flower was not there, is not there, can never be there. Rabbit horn was not there, is not there, will not be there at any time. This is called Atyantika Asat. Trikale api na tishtati. Brahman Trikale tishtati. Muil kombu Trikale api na tishtati. In between these 2 orders of reality, one more reality is Vyavaharika Satya. So what? Tadvat Jagat. Just as the rope snake, just as your Swapna, similarly, Jagat, this world, Paramārthataha Asadapi, it is not absolutely real. At the same time, we don't say it is tucham. Experientially it is there. Paramarthically asad, mithya rupena avabhasate. It comes under mithya. Mithya rupena avabhasate. It appears, but it is not real. We cannot swallow that much easily. It takes decades to assimilate this fact. You require a lot of patience. I want to know this fact. If you decide only, you can understand. 10 years 20 years 10 years 20 years even 40 years I will wait. That much patience you require. It is not so easy to refute the world. That's why Arthadhyasa you have to understand. What is Jnanadhyasa you have to understand. After understanding this only you can falsify the world. Without that you can never falsify. Until that time it is only an information. Next portion is going to come. Erroneous perception is of 5 types. One erroneous perception is of 5 types. If you don't understand what is erroneous perception also you cannot falsify this universe. That's why you have to do lot of drill, internal work, you have to do homework inside. Tadvat jagat paramarthataha na asti asadapi mithyarupena amabhasate. It is not tucham, it is not satyam, it is mithya. The three orders of reality you have to understand, then it is easy. So, Dvaita Vishaya Adhyasaha. Dvaita Anubhava, Dvaita Vishaya, first Adhyasa, then Anubhava, then Jnanam about that, and thinking that is real. When Vedānta says it is not real. Even Bhagavatam, the quotes, Arthe Yavidyamanepi, you can see the footnote. Samsrutir na nivartate dhyayato vishayanasya swapnenarthagamu yatha. Same swapna, it is taken the example in Bhagavata 374th verse. And second line, second shloka also, avidyamanopi abhasate dvayaha jhaturdhiya swapna manorathau yatha. This is also 11th chapter 238 from Bhagavatam, Bhagavata Purana. So Nishaladasa gives pramanam also from Shruti. These are all not my own opinion. Shastra says. Up to here what he established. Your sorrow, dukkha is also like that. Mithya. Now you have understood what is Sat, what is Asat, and Asat is also of two types. And what are the two types of Asat also? Drishtanta and Dashtanta also you have understood. And I am telling everything you have understood. This is only revision. Okay? I have given the last class itself. Now we will go to the next page, number 80. Topic number 137. Now he is giving that example, exactly elaboration. How that adhyasa takes place. Mithya jnanam. We will read. Rajjau sarpa pratitihi kathamiti prashnaha Rajjau pratiyamana sarpadayaha yatha mithya tathaiva pratyagatmani pratiyamana samsara dukkhamapi mithyeti yaduktam tatra drishtanta jnanamantara Dashtantika jnana sambhavat Rajjau sarpaha kathamavabhasate iti Pradhamataha tavanman bodhayantu bhavantaha iti Sishyo drishtanta vishaye pruchati Rajjau sarpa pratitihi kathamiti prashnaha. How this appearance of snake upon the rope, how it is happening? What is that phenomenon? Katham iti. What? Rajjau, upon the rope. Sarpa pratitihi. Pratiti means appearance, experience of that snake upon the rope. Rajjau sarpa pratitihi. Katham is the question, prashna. Now Guru says, he is giving the darshtanta. Example, drishtanta. Drishtanta means example. Example is meant for what? To teach something original. That is called darshtanta. So darshtanta he presents. Without this drishtanta, Rajju Sarpa, you cannot understand darshtanta. Now he says, Rajjau pratiyamana sarpadayaha. That snake appearance, garland appearance, water stream appearance, or danda, stick appearance upon the rope, adi padartha, snake, etc. All of them are appearing like that, yatha, just as they are appearing upon the rope. Really that appearance is not real. Snake is not real. Garland is not real. But they are appearing. Like that, tatha. Mithya, they are mithya, yatha mithya. Rope snake is mithya. Rope garland is mithya. Rope garland means in twilight, manda andhakara, not able to see the rope as rope, therefore seeing the rope as something else. One person sees it as rope, another person sees it as garland, another person sees it as stream, water stream. Like that. Mithya, how they are mithya? I have already explained you what is mithya. Tatha, similarly, Pratyagatmani, upon oneself. Pratyagatma means upon one's inner self. Upon me, the inner self. Pratyagatmani. Pratiyamana samsara dukkhamapi. That dukkham what you are experiencing. Pratiyamana means bhasamanam. Experientially I am feeling that it is there for me, dukkham is there. Samsara dukkham, body pains, and family members, they have their own pain. Many things. From morning, if I wake up, every person will come with one complaint. Son, daughter, or wife, father, mother, they come with one complaint. With some pain, dukkham is there. And apart from their dukkham, I have my own dukkham also. All these are appearing. Dukkham abhi mithya iti. They are also just like superimposition of snake upon the rope. This sorrow also, whatever you are experiencing and talking about that sorrow, that is also just like rope snake. Snake appearance upon the adhishtanam rope. Without rope snake cannot appear. To see one false entity, you require real entity. Without you, you cannot see your shadow. Your shadow appears without you. So to see shadow, your body is required. Similarly, to see the unreal snake, upon what I can see? Something must be there. That is called adhishtanam. Substratum. Substratum of that snake, rope snake, is rope. Now what is the substratum of our sorrow? sorrow is also mithya, unreal. It must have some substratum, real entity. In example, rope is the real thing. Upon that I am seeing the snake. Dream objects also, who is the substratum? Waker. Without waker, dream can never come. So every false object, unreal object definitely will have real adhishthanam. Adhisthana ajnanam leads to adhyasa. Once I do not know adhishthanam rope, I can see rope in any form other than rope. Adhisthana ajnanam can lead to many errors. One person sees a garland, one person sees a snake, one person sees a water stream. Similarly, the Vekar Ajnanam, Adhishthanam, Vekar Ajnanam also leads to dream and a semi-darkness. Inge Nidra. Nidra is the ideal condition. Once Nidra ideal condition is there, and Vakar is missed. Once Vakar is missed, upon Vakar Adhishthanam, Swapna, Mithya Swapna appears. Like that, Pratyagatma, once you do not know, you are the self Atma, then sorrow is superimposed upon that. Nitya Sukha Rupa Atma, Dukkha Rahita Atma, if I do not know, upon that Adhisthana Atma, I superimpose, instead of Ananda Atma, I take myself as Dukkha Atma. I am Dukkhi. Instead of saying I am Ananda Swarupaha, I say I am Dukkha Swarupaha. I have so many problems, I say. What is this I really? Adhisthana Pratyagatma. Because I do not know that Pratyagatma. Just as I do not know the rope, I superimpose the snake. Here, I do not know I am Sat, Chit, consciousness, existence, principle, I do not know. I have superimposed body, mind, complex upon that Atma, Adhisthana, and the body limitations, birth, death, Pranamaya Kosha limitation, hunger, thirst, Manomaya Kosha limitations, Raga, Dvesha, Shoka, Moha, all I superimpose upon me, the Adhisthana Atma. This is the Himalayan blender. Great mistake what we do. This is called ignorance. To remove this ignorance, to eliminate this ignorance, the Guru is teaching Upaniṣads, Bhagavadgītā, Prakaraṇa-granthas. Still the student is happily superimposing, I am Dukkhi, I am ordinary wife, I am an old person. Body is old, that old age I superimpose upon myself. And all sorrows comes because of this, my dear Tattvadrishti. Pratyagatmani Pratiyamana samsara dukkham api mithya. Underline with golden letters. These are all. Never forget. Yaduktam, hey Guru, you have said this much, but Tatra drishtanta jnanamantara. Guru himself says, Tatra drishtanta jnanamantara. Without that rajju sarpa drishtantam, without, antara means without, dashtantika jnana asambhavat. This pratyagatmani, superimposition of dukkha upon self, is called dashtanta. This jnanam is not possible without rope snake example. Dashtantika jnanam asambhavat. Therefore, rajjau sarpaha katham avabhasate iti prathamataha tavat maam bodhayantu. First, how this, without this example, this dashtanta cannot be grasped. Let me know first example. Because without example knowledge, drishtanta jnanam paripurnataya, dashtanta jnanam cannot come. Original knowledge cannot come. Original knowledge means dashtanta jnana. So, please teach me about this. How this rope snake ignorance, snake and a rope ignorance, how it is happening. Without this example, I cannot understand pratyagatmani samsara dukkham, also mithya, I cannot understand. So I want further more elaboration. How Shishya is so intelligent. Namma enna nenikrona, what Swamini, rope snake we have understood long before. Rope snake example, how many times you say, engalukku theriyada, engalukku theriyume. But Tattva Drishti is not like that. I want to know how this erroneous perception upon the rope it happens. What is that exactly? This is called epistemology of erroneous perception. Wrong perception, erroneous perception, mistake, adhyasa. How it happens? Please tell me. About this theory of erroneous perception, every system presents its own theory. One erroneous perception ki how many theories, you know? Tattva Drishti is asking. Tattva Drishti already knows that what are all erroneous perception by what are all philosophers. And which philosopher talk about erroneous perception, what is his standpoint. He himself introduced, very informed student. That's why we said Uttama Adhikari. Tattva Drishti is a Uttama Adhikari. From 138 onwards up to 146. Now, Shishya Prashnasya Ashayam Varnayati. Now we will read that portion. Okay. Here. Katham asataha iti prathamataha tavan maam bodhayantu bhavantaha iti sishyaha drishtanta vishaye pruchhati. Drishtanta vishaye rajju sarpa vishaye further clarification I want. Sishyaha swapnasya ashayam Sishyaha swaprashnasya ashayam varnayati. It looks like swapna. Swaprashna, his own question. Ashaya means his intention of that, his question. Varnayati, he explains. Why I want to know that example more, I want to know because that example, erroneous perception of Rajju Sarpa presented by people, different systems, differently they have presented. That is why I want to know clearly. Continuation. Khyati Chatushtayam Rajju Sarpa Shukti Rajatadi Brahma Vishaye Mata Chatushtayam Shruyate Tatra Shunyavadi Asakhyati Maha Kshanika Vijnanavadi Atmakhyati Machaste Nyāyika Vaiseshikascha Anyatha Khyati Māsishtante Sānkhyaha Prabhakarascha Akhyatim Vadanti. Very terse portion, very, very important portion in Vedanta. Now, this is called Khyati Vada. He gives, before going to that, I will explain what is Khyati Vada. 4 types of Khyati Vadas are there and presented by 4 systems of philosophers, 4 theories. Theories of error. Khyati Vada means theories of error. What happens at the time of erroneous perception? The psychological mechanism of erroneous perception. What happens in your mind exactly? Psychological mechanism of erroneous perception is studied now. Upon this subject itself there are granthas galore, not one or two. Khyati means, dictionary meaning is name and fame. Khyati means dictionary meaning. Literal dictionary meaning is name and fame. But that is not the meaning here. Khyati means. Khyati means here error, erroneous perception. Is the contextual meaning. Mistake or error or erroneous perception or misperception. Along with arthadhyasa, along with the understanding of jnanadhyasa, you have to understand this Khyātivāda also. Arthadhyasa, jnanadhyasa, what is mithya, also you have to understand. First you have to understand adhyasa. You have to understand what is mithya. Then you have to understand jnanadhyasa. Then you have to understand arthadhyasa. Then you have to understand this drishti srishti vada. Another name of Khyati Vada is drishti srishti vada. That is also going to come elaborately in future chapters. Drishti srishti vada, if you understand, you have understood everything in Artha. But romba kashtam. Very, very difficult. Unless you listen for a length of time from a teacher systematically, you cannot grasp. Impossible. The one who listens from a teacher systematically, consistently, for a length of time, that student alone can grasp. others cannot grasp this. Very tough. Let us see. If you have grasped already, we saw this in Brahma Sutra. First 4 sutras when we were talking Adhyasa Bhashyam, that time we saw, not elaborately, but these points we saw in some Prakarana-granthas also. கேட்ன மாதிரி இருக்கும் இந்த வார்த்தை இல்லை, ஞாபகம் இருக்காது, பட் கேட்ன மாதிரி இருக்கு. ஸோ ஃபார் those students, those who have heard already, it is revision. Those who have not heard, first time, fresh, anyhow you have to listen one day or other. Listen. Okay. So khyati means error, vada means argument, their theory. Their theory. Vada means different theories propounded by different philosophers. Arguments. Different theories propounded by different philosophers. Khyātivāda means different philosophers, different opinions about erroneous perception. Different philosophical systems which explain about the phenomenon of erroneous perception, like rope appearing as snake. Rope being perceived as snake, erroneous perception that is given. Now this erroneous perception, if you want to translate, because one system of philosopher won't accept erroneous perception. It is not erroneous perception, the snake perception is real for one philosopher. Therefore you cannot call it as erroneous perception. Roughly we use erroneous perception because one philosopher says it is not erroneous, it is not wrong perception. Snake is there. Then how can you say it is erroneous perception? From his standpoint it is not erroneous. But roughly we make use of this word erroneous perception. Now what are those perceptions? The student is introducing, not to the guru. Guru knows. Student is just presenting them what he knows in front of Guru, so that Guru will clarify more further. In this Khyātivāda, 3 steps are there. What are those 3 steps? Number 1 is snake appearance. Snake appearance, number 1. Then number 2, snake experience. Number 2, snake experience. Gone. Number 3, snake is their statement. Snake statement. Snake is there, that statement is 3rd point. In Khyātivāda, 3 points comes. Snake appearance, number 1. Snake experience, number 2. There is a snake statement, number 3. Now he sees the snake outside. Outside he sees the snake. So snake appears upon the rope. Once it appears, next comes Anubhava. Snake Anubhava. Then he utters the statement, what? Snake is there. He shouts, snake irukkiru perusa kattuva. Why he got snake experience? Why? For him snake appeared there. Where? Not in the mind. outside. So in Sanskrit we call it as Sarpaspuranam. Sarpaspuranam. Nischala used the word Sarpaspuranam. In that 2 points are there. In Sarpaspuranam, snake appearance, snake experience. Snake appearance, snake darshanam. Sarpa darshanam, sarpa anubhava. Put together Sarpaspuranam. Sarpa darshanam, appearance. Sarpa anubhava. Put together Sarpaspuranam. Then third one is Abhivadanam. Statement. Abhivadanam. There is snake. That statement is called Abhivadanam. Snake is there, statement is called Abhivadanam. Now 3 Sanskrit words. First 3 English words I said. Snake appearance, snake experience, there is snake statement. What are the Sanskrit words? Spuranam, snake darshanam, snake anubhava, put together spuranam, and third one is abhivadanam. Snake darsha, sarpa darshanam, sarpa anubhava, sarpa abhivadanam. These are the 3 involved in erroneous perception. This type of subjects you listen, it chisels your mind, intellect. Your intellect becomes very sharp as you listen these type of subjects. But people don't want to think. For thinking people, those who want to improve their thinking capacity, power, these type of topics are very, very useful for one's own intellectual sharpness as well as the subject also to grasp. That's why you require a lot of patience. So Spuranam, all these 3 you have to remember. Khyativada means different theories to explain this phenomenon of erroneous perception of rope snake. Now understand what is Khyativada. This is the most mind-boggling subject. In the erroneous perception and the word is sambandhame illa. Suppose Khyativada anudane takkana in the subject varadu namakku manasukulla. Khyativada. So no word is connected to sarpa and rajju, anubhava, darshanam, abhivadanam word illa adila. Anala Khyativada romba kashtam. The word not related actually. Khyati means, vada means argument or theory. Khyati means error, erroneous perception. But in the dictionary, Khyati and erroneous perception. That is the jargons of one grantha has got its own jargons. One science has got its own jargons. What we know Khyati is prakhyata. Prakhyati, Khyati. Inga Khyati anna adiki idiki sambandhame illa. That is why it is very difficult to register in our minds. We have to come out of that framework. First Vedanta, when we are listening, many words which are already conditioned in our mind, it's very difficult to unwind them and put Vedantic terms into our mind. Very difficult. அதுக்கே ஒரு 10 வருஷம் படிக்கணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் சாஸ்திரம் புரியவே அந்த அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் ஸ்டார்ட்ஸ். அதுக்காக நிற்கணும். அந்த வருஷம் வரைக்கும் நிற்கணும் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். பட் மெனி பீப்புள் won't stand. They come, but they don't continue. It's not joke to study Vedanta Shastra. It is not joke to teach Vedanta Shastra also. First students must come. Very terse subject. Who will come? but the teacher has also must have a lot of patience to teach the terse subject. That too, not in Gurukulam, for Grihasthas, weekly once, with all family responsibilities they come. So the teacher required tremendous interest in teaching. Otherwise, no teacher deal with this type of text. That's why I always say, a teacher who is really interested in that Shastra depth, the teacher create the students. Slowly we ourselves create the students. Let it takes time, 10 years, 20 years, doesn't matter. The teacher struggle a lot. Struggling in the sense to create students to further next higher text. First higher next text, Prasthanatrayam teaching, unless students are not there, how can I teach Brahma Sutra? I cannot teach Brahma Sutra for new students. I can teach Brahma Sutra only to those students who have attended Bhagavadgītā, Upaniṣads. I can teach Upaniṣads also to those students who have attended Bhagavadgītā. So therefore I have to teach Bhagavadgītā, I have to teach Upaniṣads, I have to teach Brahma Sutra, and I have to teach Prakaraṇa-granthas also. You require Guru's grace, God's grace. Of course, Atma Krupa also required. It's a great boon for any student or teacher to listen and to teach. This I consider like that only. Those who are attending from long time, senior students also consider like that only. Those who are attending from past 20 years, Prasthanatrayam, continuously listening. If you are not there, how can I teach? Very, very difficult. Therefore, sometimes, many times I feel so happy. Bhagavan has given me an opportunity of teaching Prasthanatrayam. Within a few months, we are going to complete Brahma Sutra. With that, Prasthanatrayam completion. It is a great blessing from the Lord, the Guru. Okay, now look into the paragraph. Now you have understood what is Khyātivāda. Khyāti Chatushtayam. This Khyāti is of 4 types. Errors, erroneous perception is of 4 types. What are they? Rajju Sarpa Shukti Rajatadi Brahma Vishaye. What about this Khyātivāda is talking? It is talking about with the regard, in this regard. Vishaye means what is that? Rajju Sarpa Shukti Rajata. Rajju Sarpa is for Nivritti, example, Nivritti Rupa. Once you see the Sarpa upon the rope, you want to run away. Nivritti Rupa Brahma. Once you see Shukti Rajata, silver upon the shell, you go towards that. Pravritti Rupa, erroneous perception. Silver they see, they run after, towards that. Pravritti, going towards that. When they see snake, they go towards it. They want to run away. So, Nivritti Rupa. Raga Vishaya, Dvesha Vishaya. Which one is Raga Vishaya? Shell silver. You love it, you like it, you want to take it. Which is Dvesha Vishaya? Rajju Sarpa. You want to run away from it. You are afraid of it. You are screaming also. Rajju Sarpa Vishaye. Rajju Sarpa Shukti Rajata. Adipadat marriage water. Dahama irke. You see that marriage water. You want to go for that. That is also one example. Adipadat. Brahma. This is Brahma. Delusion. Mata chatushtayam shruyate. Mata means opinions. Chatushtayam, 4 opinions are there of 4 philosophers. Shruyate, I hear. Tattvadrishti says, oh Guru, I hear there are 4 theories of philosophies by 4 systems of philosophers. Please tell about them. What are they? He himself enumerating. Tatra, with regard to that subject matter, Shunyavadi, Asathyati, Aha. 4 types of Vadis, it comes in one sloka. You can note that sloka in the next class. Time up, or we will read in the next class. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo